We have just done a card bend. Now I'll show you a pattern bend. And basically we're going to use the pipe that we've made off the card for our pattern. How we do that is, somebody comes walking in your shop and has a piece of pipe they want to carry out, they have a pattern, you'll be able to come back to the machine and make it. Or, if you have a card that does have an old piece of pipe on it, and you can't find a card for it, you'll need to know how to pattern bend. And this will also get you down the road to free bending. So, what I'll show you here is how to pattern bend this pipe, make this one the same as this one. So we'll turn our machine on, we'll run that die in, and the first mark we want to make is, from here to the center of the bend. So we'll butt that up with the end of that pipe so that it's all on the end. We'll go ahead and roll that pipe down. There's a reason why I roll it. I'll explain on the next bend. We'll run that in so that that mark center lines the center of the die. Okay? We'll go ahead and lay our pattern up over the top. We can actually watch it come around, and you can actually do this over the top, or another good way to do it too is to get it behind. And the die and the back shoe will be at the same dimension. Okay? So you can actually look over the top of it, or you can fit it back behind here and watch the back shoes. Okay? So now we have that mark made, have it bent. We'll center that mark with the center mark here. We'll want to then roll this out. Okay, we got this centered here, parallel this, roll this out, make our mark. Reason why I continue to tell you to roll it is because if you had some distance between the bends and you did not roll it, you could come up to at least an inch short between your bends. So you try to roll it to get maximum distance. Okay, when you're going to pattern bend the next bend, you want to make sure that this is your bend that you're going to make. This is parallel with the tubing that's in the bender. Go ahead and snug your bender up a little bit so you're able to roll this around. This is parallel with your pipe. What you want to be concerned with is looking at this angle to this angle, that they're parallel, the same. Okay? Straight, parallel. Okay? Now that you know that, go ahead and make your bend. Get behind it, or up over the top if you prefer, and make that bend. Okay? Look at it, double check it over the top, center that line then with your center here, roll that out, make your mark, back your bender up, center line that mark with the center of the dies. Okay? Snug that up a little. This is the bend you're making. Again, parallel with the pipe that's in the bender. Lay this flat down on top of the dies. You can feel it move. One way or the other, you can feel it come center. Turn that back down. Look it through here that these angles are the same. This is parallel with your tubing. This gap is the same. You're sitting flat down on that. That's very important as well. Make sure you're flat down on that. Make your angle the same. Go ahead and snug your bender up. Take another look. Looks good. Make that bend. Again, you can do it behind or you can do it over the top. Center the bend. Center here. Cut off point. Now you can cut your pipe off. Make the 2 slash marks like I've talked about earlier so that you know that that's a cut mark and not a bend mark. Now we have a pipe that's patterned to this one. Set that on the floor. We'll show how that lines up, how they look the same. Angles are the same, height is the same. We have a nice pattern.